Hello guys! Good afternoon! Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. And for today's video, we will be talking about a new topic. Medyo mainit-init tong topic na to, and that is if we are okay on lying on a resume.
And for pros and cons nung lying sa resume details natin. Should you lie or should you not lie to land a job?
Correct. And of course, ano ba yung benefit if we are going to lie on our resume?
Or backfire.
Ano yung magiging backfire? Yung cons nun if you do so. So, pag-usapan natin yun. So,
Let's go.
Let's go. Ikaw muna. What's the first benefit? The cons first?
Let's start with bad para mag-end up good points tayo.
Oh, sige. Let's start with cons muna or anything bad about lying on your resume.
Siguro, pinakauna nalagay natin sa notes natin is yung definitely risk of getting caught. Sabihin natin yung point na to is pinakauna dahil napaka-ano niya talaga, napakabilis niya mahalata lalo na kung sobrang obvious yung pagsisinungaling mo sa resume mo. Like, Excel, sample sa Excel, sinabi mo expert or advanced user ka. Pagdating doon, ultimo concatenate, hindi mo alam gamitin, ultimo yung mga, ano pa ba, actually hindi rin ako magaling masyado sa Excel guys, pero yung, alam mo yun, binild up mo yung sarili mo ng todo-todo. Pagdating sa trabaho, may expectation versus reality ka. So, medyo delikado yun. Baka sa probation period mo pa lang, maligwa ka agad. Yan.
Correct.
Risk of getting caught.
Actually,
cons.
Ipigibak ko lang yun doon sa second na cons, which is yung quality of work. If you're lying on your resume kasi, it's hard to parang i-prove na may experience ka talaga doon. So meaning, yung work mo itself, since hindi mo nga siya nagawa or sabihin natin, you have less experience on that particular job na nilagay mo sa resume, pero yet nilagay mo, you have been,
or expert.
Say advanced ka doon or expert ka doon sa role na yon, then quality of work wise, wala doon. And not at par with what they're expecting you to do so. If you are doing that para magkaroon ka ng dating sahod, then mas malaki yung chance para sa akin na baka, alam mo yun, mas lalo kang mawalan ng trabaho.
Baka ikaw pa yung maging cause of delay.
Correct.
Lahat sila same pace, lahat sila magkasing level. Then, ikaw yung may iwan.
Correct.
Baka mag-stand out ka sa bad way. Ikaw yung hindi performer.
Plus, ako kasi hindi rin ako yung burning bridges kasi kapag maganyang diskarte. Yun parang kapag sinungaling ka sa resume mo, and then of course, you will end up not having like a good separation with the company kasi sinungaling ka eh.
Yung first impressions last eh. Kung ang tingin nila kagad nagsinungaling ka, ang ending nun, matagal nilang impression sa'yo, sinungaling ka lang talaga.
Yeah. So instead of like minsan, kasi marami akong kakilala na nare-rehire or nare-refer sa ibang clients. So if you have that impression na nagsisinungaling ka about your experience, or if you ended up not doing the job, again, because of you lying on your resume of the task that you have done, then look, match your resume.
Big airplane.
Look, airplane. Yun, and then, obviously, wala ka ng additional benefit, which is, potentially getting more clients in the future. Referred by clients. Next topic, or next sa list natin is stress and anxiety. Totoo yan, grabe.
Siyempre, ako na, sige muna na ako. Kakabaka, kung maglalay ako ng todo-todo sa, to be honest, naglalay din ako paminsan-minsan ng mga small details sa resume ko. So, pag tingin ko medyo above na sa threshold ko yung pagsisinungaling ko sa resume, darating ako sa point, nakakabaka ako, baka mamaya bigla akong pasahan ng ganitong trabaho, biglang mag-leave yung kasamahan sa akin ipasa. Or sabihin natin, sa bank, mandatory leave, 5 days yun. 5 days mo sasaluhin yung trabaho na hindi mo alam.
Exactly.
Lulutang ka talaga nun. So, imagine sa linggo ang na-i-stress or
saka imagine nyo guys, kung kunwari, gusto nyong magtagal dun sa client na yun. Kung gaano ka katagal dun sa kumpanya na yun o sa client na yun, ganun din katagal yung magiging anxiety and stress ninyo. Because you have to make sure na you keep up whatever that you put on your resume. Tapos at the same time, todo effort ka din. Why? Because kailangan mo talagang i-prove na you have that experience which you have written on your resume. So, ang hirap nung panindigan. But if you have any experience of, lying or changing anything on your resume, maybe you can share some tips and tricks na ginawa ninyo, guys.
White lies.
White lies lang.
Wag lang yung totally.
I guess ang term would be like enhance maybe on the resume.
Yeah,
pero not exactly, like putting something that you don't have anything on your resume. Like putting something that you did not do. Yun. So, and then of course yung last is legal and ethical implications. Which is ethical, oo. Legal kasi, especially para dun sa mga nagsasign talaga ng mga contract na ang trabaho talaga medyo, alam mo yun.
Although hindi ako magiging sigurado dito. Kunyari, nag-lie ka na not sure kung mapaninti ko sa pagiging CPA. Diba? Kahit paano, mga certified public accountants, kailangan muna nilang pumasa, kailangan nilang pumasa sa ganitong test, sa ganitong exam, bago sila maging matawag na CPA. May times na, minsan, di ba, nababalitaan natin, may nagpapanggap na abogado, yung mga ganun ba? So, sa mga ganung aspect, pwede kang malagay sa legal issue.
Correct.
Kung, si May, certified to, ganyan-ganyan, ipirma, okay, for the longest time, natago mo, then nagkaongkatan, tapos mababalitaan na lang, hindi ka pala talaga certified or ganyan. Diba? Parang, siyempre, maka-question lahat or magkakaroon ka ng legal liabilities sa mga ginawa mo previously. Kahit nakalusot ka pa.
Correct.
Yun lang naman sa akin.
Okay, so that's pretty yan lang naman yung nasa list namin so far, guys. Ng cons, I'm sure there's a couple more na pwedeng maging cons or lists. I add sa list natin sa cons of why we should not be, lying on your resume. Pero ano yung pros naman? Pakinggan naman natin yung benefit para sa karamihan ng mga nag-enhance, nag-change ng konti, nagmo-modify, or nag-a-amend ng kaunti sa kanilang resume. Para sa iyo, ano?
Saan, yun nga, mami naman ako, to be honest, talagang tao lang. Naglalay din ako minsan sa resume ko. Like, ang kailangan nila is advance. Tingin ko, beginner lang ako. Maglalay ako ng onti dun, pero sasabayan ko agad ng aaralin ko kung ano yung kailangan para dumating ako doon. So, ang pros ng lying na yun is yung immediate benefits. Immediate benefit in terms of mas less ka ng, hindi naman, mas less na yung mga, Machoy, look, another airplane. So big. Commercial. Yun. So, immediate benefits, meaning para sa akin is yung, kasi pag alam nilang hindi ka talaga totally qualified, ang dami itatanong sa'yo, pahihirapan ka sa interview. Pero may mga times naman na sa employer or sa interviewer, at kung patatanungin ito, advance na nga ito. Parang insulto naman kung tatanungin ko yung sum, if marunong naman siya yung mga Excel functions, mga ganun. Ayun. Yung mga sample ko lang, yung lagi kasi ako makakabasa na wag na kayong mag-apply kung sum up and if lang ang alam yung mga formula sa Excel, yung mga ganun.
Sa akin naman, in addition to the immediate benefits, is really yung high-paying jobs. Kasi, obviously, kaya nyo nga po pinapalitan or minomodify yung resume ninyo because you're eyeing for a role or a job na medyo mas mataas sa current job ninyo. So, ang automatic then is, obviously, kapag nagawa nyo yun, if you're able to be successful na mapaniwala ninyo yung mga clients ninyo na, okay, I have that relevant experience, from intermediate, advanced talaga ako, something like that, then, ang katapat nun is yung rate. You can pretty much, I guess, ask for a high-paying, again, job or rate.
Ilagay ka sa junior level, ilagay ka na agad sa mid or sa senior, diba?
O kaya yung mga tipong, instead na mag $5 ka, maging $8 ka. Laking difference, diba? So, yeah. And, of course, sa akin is, ano ba? Increase opportunities. Yes.
Yun, sa akin, ito nangyari sa akin personally. ang ina-applyan ko is business analyst and project manager. Pero, medyo doon, high competition. Baga marami na rin nag-a-apply. Nakita kasi, nilagay ko na involved ako sa kabuuan ng software development. Marunong din ako sa testing, sa designing. So, tinanong ako, ano yung level ko sa testing? Sabi ko, talagang may experience naman. Talagang since 2014 involved na ako sa testing as subs or backup sa QA namin. Pinapasok din ako ngayon sa iba pang department. Ipapasok din yung resume ko sa quality assurance department nila. So, yun yung increased opportunities. Dadami. Again, hindi ko in-encourage na magsinungaling ng sobra, pero pag medyo inaangat mo ng onti yung mga skill ng measurement, like kung rate your score 1 to 5, tingin mo 3 ka lang, ginawa mong 4, malaking bagay yun eh. Tingin nila, sige, pwede pa natin to itry sa gantong aspect or sa gantong department ng projects natin. So, yun yung increased opportunities para sa akin.
I guess, siguro, coming from the seat of, a recruiter, siguro yung parsing, I'm not sure if it's the right term, na ginagamit ninyo. So, kapag nag-screen kasi ang recruiters, pag tinignan nila yung resume ninyo and you have relevant experience in the role or you have other roles that you are suitable, you can be profiled with more clients na nagre-require ng same skills, same set of experience, ganyan, or expertise. So, increased opportunities will obviously, syempre, magkakaroon kayo ng chance of getting more clients, getting more options to showcase yourself. But then again, gusto ko sigurong sabihin na sabahan nyo pa rin siya ng, research
effort.
Role
So,
na ina-apply
mag-apply ka ng
ninyo.
onte, pero pagdating mo dun, siguraduhin mong talagang gagawin mo yung nilay mo. Hindi yung natapos ka lang sa lay. Parang yun.
Correct. Kasi, syempre, ititest din kasi kung meron kayong experience. You're lucky enough kung hindi, pero most of the time, especially ang mga clients ngayon, they're skeptical na din because there are a lot of Filipino VAs na ako experience ko bilang recruiter na nagsisinungaling talaga sa resume, and then by the time na man-land nila yung job, hindi nila ma-keep up yung expectations, yung tasks itself, because they don't have relevant experience o kaya hindi ganun katagal yung experience nila, meaning they don't have that much expertise dun sa role na yun. Actually, to give you an example, meron kaming applicant na talaga namang ang ganda ng resume niya, and during the interview, she was able to ace the interview because she was able to answer the questions. She was prepared talaga naman because she has a bit of experience but not as expert based dun sa feedback ng client. Kasi medyo mabagal daw siya, etc. etc. So, again, okay, kasi you will have increased opportunities to land a job, but still, we have to make sure na, we do our own diligence to research, to learn kung ano yung gusto nyong pasukin na trabaho.
Yeah. Last point sa pros natin is yung learning on the job. So, for me, nalagay namin to dahil yun na nga, pag sabihin na natin, ano ba magamit? Sa Excel, parang Excel ko para madala yung maka-adapt. So, on the actual work mo, syempre, makikita mo na talaga yung mga formulang kinakatago-tago ng mga advanced users. So, dun pala, matututo ka na. Kung magaling ka sa learning, di talagang matututo naman. Then, next application mo is, advanced ka na talaga. Siguro, pwede ka na mag-lie naman of being expert. Tapos matututo naman. Pero again, huwag nyo na pahirapan yung mga recruiter. Mas maging honest na lang kayo.
Actually, para sa akin, huwag niyong pahirapan ang sarili ninyo. As a recruiter, anyway, let's talk about it. What is your thought? Is it okay for you to lie or amend or modify anything on your resume? As a virtual assistant, okay ka ba doon? And I'll say something about it as a recruiter then.
So, siyempre, kung lagi ka na magiging honest, lalo na kung matagal ka na sa company, kagaya ko na galing sa 12 years, pakiramdam ko talaga personally, na-stuck ako sa alam ko. So, para makalabas ako doon sa stuck na yun, is kailangan maging confident na sabihin ko minsan, alam ko to, alam ko yan, no? Marunong ako niyan. Pero sa totoo lang, doon ko palang aralin or naririnig ko lang or hindi ko naman talaga ginamit. So, magi-start yung confidence ko with lying na para mapaniwala yung sarili ko na marunong talaga ako niyan. Willing ako matutong palalo niyan. So, ang short answer ko is yes, kailangan ko mag-lie paminsan-minsan. Dahil kung lagi kang honest, madalas hindi mo naman alam yung ano. Then, doon pa lang, paano ka na. Pero guys, don't get me wrong, hindi ako fan ng lying. Ano lang, iangat mo lang ng onte. Kasi doon magsisimula yung opportunity mo. Parang...
Actually, to add on that, meron ako napanood na video and she said na when she was being honest about her experience, she seldom gets parang opportunities to be interviewed. But then when she modified and amended her resume.
But not too much, ah.
Oo nga. I mean, based to sa video na napanood ko. So, she changed it. I don't know what changes she did on her resume. Pero, change niya daw yung resume niya. And then, doon siya nagkaroon ng chances na ma-interview ng mga clients. Ako personally, I think, I'll go dun sa part na you can amend a little bit on your resume but not too much to the point na hindi mo rin kayang mapanindigan. Because mas malaki yung chance na mawalan ka ng opportunity because you cannot keep up with the work. Second is mawalan ka ng client. And third is, alam mo yun, maban ka sa mga ganong klase ng, kasi may mga clients na nagpo-post. And at the same time, para sa akin, nasisira kasi yung, yung face ng mga virtual assistant sa Pilipinas na lumalaban ng tama. Alam mo yun?
Doon sa sinasabi mong nasisira yung impressions. Kasi parang, for example, meron talagang marunong sa Excel again. Marunong sa Excel. Sinabi niya marunong siya sa Excel. Talaga marunong siya sa Excel. Tapos, ang impression ng mga, sabi ng foreigner or mga foreign employer natin, magaling talaga sila. And then, ikaw yung nakuha. Pero nagsisinungaling ka lang totally or absolutely dun sa skills mo. Magiging impression nila, karamihan na ngayon ng mga Filipino talent is ganyan.
Sinungaling.
So, masisira yung karamihan.
Kaya nga po guys, kasi ako, marami na kasing, marami ng available na, I guess, firms, hindi lang sa Pilipinas. Nagkakaroon na rin, nagbubukas na din sa Africa. Sabihin natin, mas magaling pa rin naman tayo
Hindi natin edge ang English. Ito, madami na rin naman talaga English.
I mean, kumbaga ang akin is, if we are faking our resume too much, and lying and all that, baka mas magkaroon ng less opportunity for everyone. Tapos, isa pang point ko is, if you are going to, I guess, change again, a little bit on your resume as a recruiter, sa akin, there's a lot of way for us to be able to check on that. And probably, you would understand why some of the agencies are also doing different assessments na. Even clients, actually. So, kapag let's say, mga accountants, you can say that you have done this kasi madali lang naman i-change ang resume. Pwede nyo nga lagyan ng mga pagandahin pa siya, ChatGPT nyo siya, anything like that. So, pero, if you will be doing an assessment, for example, an example will mga bookkeepers or mga accountants na may mga pa-assessment ang clients, at some point, mahirap panindigan. Yun lang yun sa akin. Like, if you really want to get a high-paying job, ang number one kong sasabihin sa inyo is to start learning what your preferred job. Kasi, gusto nyong maging accountant, let's say property management accountant, pero wala kang alam sa property management. Then what do you have to do? Then start learning about property management. Start learning and checking out some tools or software, di ba? Or you can start watching videos, attending courses, training, and so on. So, pag-aralan mismo yung, I guess, yung dream job ninyo dito sa industry na to.
So, again, summarize ko lang. Sa akin, medyo oo na, sige, from case to case, kailangan mo rin mag-alter ng mga details ng resume mo. And then sa kanya yung medyo straightforward na approach na try and test it. Pag-aralan mo muna, alamin mo muna. bago mo ilagay sa resume.
Kasi mas madali mong sabihin ng isang bagay pag may idea ka na, may alam ka na eh. Pero if you're putting something on your resume that you don't have any idea at all, it's obvious sa mata ng mga recruiters or clients. And at the same time, again, if you are going to lie just because you are being drive on high pay, ganyan, compensation increases, mga ganun ba? Hindi yun yung, ako personally, hindi yun yung aking pinaka the best na gawin, guys. Sorry guys, kasi nasa recruitment kasi ako. So, madami kasi talaga ako nakikita na mga aplikante na they're changing their resumes. But during the interview, makikita mo na hindi sila talaga experience on that role. But if you're going to look at the resume, akala mo talaga ang ganda ng resume, ang daming nagawa, etc. But it's just, again, I don't know, maybe benefit is of course you guys trying to get that opportunity para ma-interview and all that. But samahan nyo ng konting effort talaga. Para aralin kung ano yung gusto nyong trabaho. Wala pong shortcut talaga sa industry na to.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So yun lang. Siguro, leave na lang sa inyo kung paano nyo i-handle yung resume nyo.
Siguro,
yun lang yung input namin.
Oo. I guess if you have any feedback or anything to add on what we have said, your thoughts about, I guess, changing anything on your resume, kung nag-benefit sa inyo yun, well and good. What did you do para ma-make sure na hindi kayo umaga maalis din dun sa work na yun because, again, you made some changes. And what's your also tips on those that are looking at, doing the same thing? Yeah, we'll see you guys on our next video. Thank you so much for watching.
Dito na kami
sa Exemplar.
Ay,
Magandang hapon. Bye!